What if you knew from the very beginning exactly how rare this was? Not in an abstract way, not as a statistic about the probability of a particular combination of matter and chemistry and timing producing a conscious human being capable of hearing these words, but in the immediate physical, felt sense of it. What if you had always known? The way you know warmth when you feel it, the way you know light when you open your eyes. Exactly how extraordinary it is that you are here. That a universe that did not have to produce anything at all produced this. You, aware, breathing, capable of beauty and love and wonder and the specific, irreplaceable experience of being exactly this consciousness in exactly this life. What if you had always known that? And what if that knowledge, that deep, cellular, completely undeniable recognition of what a gift this is, was not something you had to cultivate or practice or remind yourself of each morning before the day begins? What if it was simply the natural response of awareness to the miracle of its own existence? What if gratitude was not something you do? What if it is something you are? Welcome. Welcome to the recognition of gratitude as your original language. Welcome to the discovery that the life you are already living was always, in every single one of its chapters, an unrepeatable gift. You have arrived. There is a version of gratitude that most people are familiar with. The list version, the practice of deliberately counting what is good, running through the inventory of blessings with focused intention, training the mind to notice the positive where it might otherwise notice the negative. This is genuinely valuable. It is a real and useful and meaningful thing to do. But it is not the gratitude we are exploring today. Because that gratitude is a technique. It is something applied from the outside, by the will, through effort. It is the mind choosing, consciously and deliberately, to look in a particular direction. The gratitude we are exploring today is what the mind finds when it stops looking in any particular direction and simply sees what is actually here. Not curated, not selected, not the best parts of the moment, highlighted for their gratitude worthiness, while the rest is quietly set aside. Everything. The whole extraordinary, improbable, unrepeatable, completely specific fact of this life. This body, this awareness, this moment, this particular arrangement of the universe that has never existed before and will never exist again, seen clearly, honestly, without the filter of what it should be, and recognized for what it is, which is this: a gift. Not a partial gift, not a flawed gift, not a gift that would be better if certain things about it were different. A complete gift, given freely, before you could ask for it, before you knew you wanted it, before you existed to receive it. Consider what was given to you before you made a single choice. A universe. This one, specifically, with its particular laws and its particular constants and its particular capacity to produce stars and planets and water and carbon and the exquisitely improbable chemistry of life. A universe that has been in motion for longer than the mind can genuinely hold, moving through every phase of its existence with one outcome among countless possible outcomes being this: you, aware, here, now. A body. This specific individual, completely unrepeatable body with its particular way of moving through the world, its specific sensory vocabulary, its capacity to feel warmth and taste and music, and the specific weight of another person's presence. A body that runs itself with a complexity so staggering, it makes the most sophisticated human technology look like a sketch. That heals without being asked. That knows how to be alive without being taught. A world, this one with its particular beauty. The fact that water moves the way it moves. The fact that light behaves exactly as it does. The fact that there are mountains and there are oceans. And there is the specific quality of an afternoon in autumn, and the specific weight of silence after snow, and the specific way that music can reach somewhere in their chest that nothing else can reach. None of this was owed to you. All of it was given, and it was given completely. Not as a loan, not as a conditional arrangement, not as something that will be recalled if the terms are not met. Given, yours. To have the whole experience of. Here is where gratitude deepens beyond anything a list can reach. The experiences you would not have chosen. The chapters that were hard. The seasons of genuine difficulty, genuine loss, genuine confusion about where the path was or whether there was one. The moments that asked more of you than you thought you had. The times when the gap between the life you were living and the life you had imagined felt so wide it was difficult to see across. Those too were given. Not as punishment, not as tests designed by something indifferent and unknowable, but as the specific, necessary, completely irreplaceable texture of a life that is genuinely being lived, as the depth that makes joy legible, as the contrast without which beauty cannot be perceived, as the very substance of growth, which is not the movement from bad to good, but the movement from contracted to expanded, from closed to open, from the smaller version of yourself to the larger one. Every hard thing you have lived through expanded you. Not by breaking you and leaving you broken, by meeting the limit of who you were and moving through it into who you were always becoming, and the awareness that moved through all of it, that watched and held and remained through every chapter without exception. That awareness is here now, intact, complete, carrying the full richness of everything it has experienced without being diminished by any of it. That is extraordinary. When you see your entire life from that height, not the height of spiritual bypassing or the pretense that the hard things were not hard, but the genuine height of someone who has lived through all of it and is still here, still whole, still aware, still capable of this moment. Gratitude is not a feeling you have to manufacture. It arrives on its own. It is the natural response of a being that has just seen what it has been given. And now we arrive at the most beautiful layer of this. Gratitude, in its deepest form, is not a response to circumstances. It does not require that the circumstances be good or that the chapter be easy or that the moment contain anything obviously worth being grateful for. Because the gratitude we are pointing at is not generated by what is happening. It is the natural quality of awareness when it recognizes itself, when it sees, directly and without distortion, the simple, extraordinary, completely unearned fact of its own existence. You are aware. Right now. This is happening. And the miracle of it. The sheer improbability, the breathtaking specificity, the fact that of all the ways this universe could have arranged itself, it arranged itself so that you would be here in this moment reading these words. That miracle is available to be felt right now, in the most direct and immediate way, without anything changing, without anything being added. Simply by seeing it. Simply by allowing the enormity of what has been given to land, even slightly, in the body. Not as a thought, as a feeling. The feeling is gratitude, and it is the most natural thing in the world. It is what consciousness feels like when it recognizes the gift of its own existence. Right now, something very gentle is available to you. Let your attention move, slowly and without effort, through the simple facts of this moment. The fact that there is air and that it is moving in and out of your body with no effort from you. The fact of warmth somewhere in your body. The warmth that means you are alive and metabolizing and present. The fact that you can hear and that the world is producing sound and that your body knows how to translate that sound into meaning and feeling and experience. The fact that you are aware of all of this. Now let your attention move gently to one thing in your life that you love. Not the most important thing. Not the grandest or most impressive or most spiritually significant thing. Just one thing that when you bring it to mind produces a specific, located, completely honest warmth somewhere in your chest. A person, a place, a time of day, a feeling, a simple, recurring pleasure that belongs specifically and irreplaceably to your life. Feel that warmth. Feel where it lives in your body. Feel how real it is, how immediate, how physical, how completely present. And notice that the feeling it produces in you right now is not a thought about the thing, but a direct, immediate recognition of what it means to you. That is gratitude. Alive, physical, completely real. Not practiced, not manufactured. Simply what happens when awareness turns toward what it loves and sees it clearly. Now allow that warmth to expand slightly. Not by forcing it, but by simply not limiting it. Allow it to include the whole of your life, with all its beauty and all its difficulty and all its ordinary days and all its extraordinary moments. Allow it all to be there at once, held in this awareness that has been present for all of it. And from that place, from the full, honest, complete view of everything you have been given, notice what is present. Not a thought, a feeling. That feeling is yours. It has always been yours. It is gratitude recognizing itself in the life it was given. Gratitude changes the quality of everything it touches, not by altering the circumstances, but by altering the lens through which circumstances are received. And this is not a small thing. This is not a subtle shift in mood that has minor effects around the edges of experience. It is a complete transformation of the texture of being alive. A life seen through the lens of gratitude is a fundamentally different life from the same life seen through the lens of lack. Not because different things are happening, because different things are visible. Lack vision is selective. It finds the gap, the absence, the thing not yet in place, and places it at the center of the frame. The rest of the picture, which may be vast and beautiful and genuinely extraordinary, becomes background, peripheral, unnoticed. Gratitude vision is inclusive. It finds what is here, what has been given, what is already working, already present, already sufficient. It places that at the center and allows the gaps, which are real and which matter, and which are worth attending to be what they actually are, a small part of a much larger whole. And from that perspective, the life you are already living reveals itself to be something that deserves more recognition than you have perhaps given it. Not the perfect version, not the arrived version, not the version where everything has been resolved and every chapter has been completed satisfactorily. This version, the one that is happening right now, with its specific beauty and its specific difficulty and its specific unrepeatable texture that belongs to no other life that has ever been lived. This life is extraordinary, not eventually, now. And gratitude is simply the act of seeing that clearly. Everyone who has found their way to this channel has found their way here because something in them recognizes this frequency, because some part of them knows, not as a concept, but as a felt, immediate, bodily knowing, that what is being reflected here is real, that the wholeness, the sufficiency, the extraordinary gift of simply being alive and aware and present is not a spiritual idea to be believed in. It is the most basic and undeniable fact of existence. And recognizing that together, as a community of people who are in the beautiful, ongoing process of seeing what has always been given, is something worth celebrating. In the comments below this video, I want to warmly invite you to share one thing. One completely real, completely specific, completely honest thing that you are grateful for today. Not the most impressive thing, not the most spiritually elevated thing. The realest thing, The thing that when you name it, produces a specific warmth that is unmistakably yours. Because the act of naming it, of giving it voice, of sending it out into the space where other people who are practicing the same recognition will receive it, is itself an act of gratitude, an act of recognition, a small, beautiful, completely powerful declaration that you see what you have been given. And declarations like that have a way of multiplying what they name. For those of you who feel called to return here regularly to receive these transmissions as part of the ongoing, joyful practice of seeing your life clearly, the subscribe button is a beautiful act of gratitude in itself, a simple yes to the frequency, a choice to return regularly and without drama to the recognition of what is already here. That choice is a gift you give yourself, and it is one worth making. So let us arrive together at the simplest and most complete truth of this video. Gratitude is not something you practice until you feel it. It is what you feel when you stop practicing and simply see. When the inventory is set aside and the comparison is released, and the gap between here and some imagined better version of here is just for a moment allowed to close. What remains is this: a life that was given, an awareness that receives it, a moment that is in its complete and ordinary and utterly unrepeatable specificity, an extraordinary gift. You did not earn this life. You did not qualify for this awareness. You did not deserve this specific, beautiful, and impossible arrangement of circumstances and consciousness and capacity for experience that you have been given. It was simply given before you asked, before you knew what asking was. And in every moment since, through every season, every chapter, every ordinary day, and every world-altering turning point, it has continued to be given, breath by breath, moment by moment, the whole extraordinary and probable miracle of being alive, delivered fresh, without interruption, without condition, without ever once asking to be acknowledged. That is what gratitude sees when it looks at your life. Not the gap, the gift. Not the lack, the abundance. Not what is still missing. What has always, in every moment without exception, already been here. And what has always been here, when you see it clearly, when you feel it honestly, when you allow it to land in the body the way sunlight lands on open skin, is more than enough to fill a life with wonder, more than enough to fill a moment with completeness, more than enough to sit with right now, exactly as it is, without adding anything, without changing anything, without waiting for anything, and simply be grateful, completely, genuinely, now. Everything was always a gift, and you were always worthy of receiving it,